Hey, how's it going? I got someone watching. Just thought I'd hop on and have see talk to anybody for a bit. Hopped on for 10 seconds on the chat last night for Salty John, but I just haven't been around, so I thought I'd get on and say something. See what up people are up to. Oh. How you doing, K-Town and Murph? Give me just a second. I'm trying to set everything up. Go sleep. Oh, what? You're tearing down the 180. Why? Something bad happened, or life, or? Testing, you got some nasties. Ooh, what kind of nasties? I don't know if that. How you doing, Reef Rabbit? Ooh, dinos, no bueno. That's crazy, man. Water change time, yeah. Yeah, man, I haven't been touching my tank at all. I've just been trying to let it be, let it do its thing. For some reason, I keep getting. Well, I know why, but I keep getting all this algae on the glass. But my phosphates are really low, so I don't know. It's because I open my windows up and all the sunlight on the glass. My phosphates were 15 today. Yeah, ATO water might have been it. Still got some cyano, rabbit. I think I'm completely gone with cyano in the 32. Took a while, but yeah, it's the 32 is doing amazing. It the whole, almost the entire back is covered in coralline, and I gotta constantly scrape the glass because it's covering coralline. I'll text Salty John. Oh, okay. So you're not really tearing it down. You're just you're just moving it, or are you taking it all apart to clean everything? How you doing, Town? Did that link work then?
Yep.
Good deal. Yeah, that's always a plus if your corals are happy, man. I don't even have anyone's number saved. So I just gotta go through the messages and see who's who. 334-306-9889. All right, man. No problem. Tell him I hope he's feeling okay for that big move, I know. Reef Rabbit, were you trying to get in the stream? Is that what you're putting your number there for? Yeah, if you put it up again, or if I don't invite names or email address, so just post your email and then I'll put it in here. So how's your night going with that 180, K-Town?
I was prepping now. I got all the buckets and barrels and everything, get all the water in. I have the 265s set up so I can move the rock to them temporarily while I slide the system over.
So you just needed 11 inches, not like... Is
11 inches, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but try to move a 180 full of water.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was crazy enough moving my 125 empty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm on wood floor, so it'll slide. It's not like it's on carpet. So.
J. All right, I got it, Reef Rabbit. You can. Yep, I got you. You're invited, man. I removed it because your email. So.
What's up, fellas?
Not much. Sitting at work.
That sounds like fun.
What a fun day. Went on a nice hike with a girl and came back to work.
Oh, nice. I was supposed to go to a birthday party this evening, but I ended up leaving work early for no reason because it started storming. And the party got canceled.
Is that why you're still in the suit and tie, Mr. Businessman?
Yeah. I hadn't been too long supposed to get off, about 2 hours. But I've just been too lazy to go change clothes. I'm procrastinating on the water change that I need to do. I've got my buckets all set up. I just haven't started yet.
Right. What kind of RODI do you got for your tank?
I don't. I've been buying my water from my LFS. I'm working up. I think my next purchase is going to be an RODI unit. So.
Oh, I just didn't know. I'm not telling you one way or another.
No, I don't know what my LFS is using. I've never once crossed my mind to ask them. But that's where I get all my water from. For now.
How you doing, DM, man? Sorry I missed your last night. If you're not doing anything, you're more than welcome to hop in here, DM. The link's up top in the chat. So are you getting less and less cyano, or?
Yeah, it's quite a bit less than what it was, but it's still there. It used to be all over the place. Now I can actually see my sand bed. I changed out all my filtration. I made I did one of those DIY like media baskets and changed out. I went from stock BioCube stuff to Chemi Pure Blue and Fosguard and Matrix is the trio I'm running, and added a little bit of Chato. So.
Yeah, I thought about getting some myself because I got 20 pounds of Miracle Mud just sitting And once I move all the rock out of my sump for the little 30-gallon frag tank setup, then I'm gonna put in my big tub of Miracle Mud. Maybe start a little Chado down there.
I'm just running plain Chado. I didn't. But see, in the all-in-one system, it'd be kind of hard to run Miracle Mud. It would just fog everything up.
Yeah, I get that, but they do get those little trays. If you wanted to, I'm just suggesting, you could find a tray that's small enough to fit in like that second chamber, or even your first one if you had like a little square tray. I mean, it
Right.
doesn't have to be a whole lot, but it'll definitely help with your pods and your Chado and stuff like that.
Yeah. I might have to look into that though. I'm always open to suggestions.
Well, I mean,
I
that's what
appreciate it.
I'm do. I wouldn't put it in there loose.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely not. That's a quick way to cloud up everything.
yeah, so I mean, I just put it in like I think it's like a foot by 6 inch plastic tub that was just I had laying around, just washed it out and put it in there. But it took forever to stop or to settle, so it wasn't so cloudy. But
Right.
then now I haven't been home so much; it's already passed. It's already evaporated so much water that it's almost dry again.
Well, I made a couple new additions to my. We went to the LFS the other day to pick out, uh, or for me to get the water for this water change, and my daughter could not leave without a couple of Bangkok Cardinals. So I added two of those to my tank.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from buying stuff. So I don't know. I lost that one clownfish. That's been that was the only thing I've lost so far from the 220.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
good.
I thought I would have lost a chromie or something before that clownfish, but I guess they all just ganged up on that one clownfish for some reason.
I
But
know.
all my other
He
fish
was the one.
better.
He was the one
Clownfish is dead. So
that. He was the one that you put him in your sump, right? And he got sucked into the skimmer.
yeah, he got sucked into the intake. It was pretty gnarly. Yeah, it wasn't too fun.
Poor guy.
Well,
Yeah,
I
over
thought he was gonna get sucked into one of the intakes of my two really big return pumps, but but out of everything, he got sucked into the little skimmer. I was like, wow,
funny how that happens
right.
sometimes. But I've been making some changes to kind of improve my cube, and I'm thinking about going ahead and buying the LED hood for it instead of
Oh yeah,
sticking with.
which one are you going for?
And I'm just gonna buy the replacement hood, uh, the
Uh,
replacement LED hood for the BioCube.
that's what I have,
Oh
and
yeah,
it does okay. But how much would it? It's like what, $180 for the
something,
replacement hood?
something like that.
Dude, you could get a way better light than that LED light for the only reason I like it is because it comes with the whole one piece of the hood, so it's all. But I also like the look of hanging lights. So I mean, it
Yeah,
depends what you like, but I would definitely go with a different light. You could get a way better light.
yeah. Well, the thing I like about the hood, having the hood on the cube, is I don't lose a whole lot to evaporation.
That's what
So
I'm saying. Everything's
I'm
contained.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not having to spend a whole lot of time on top off or anything like that. So
So have you looked into man, what's his name? Hold on.
hang on just a second.
No
I'm
problem.
gonna mute my. Go mute myself and see if there's anything I can do to help my wife with the baby.
All right, no problem. What was it called? Yeah, it's $324 if you're still listening, and it's Steve's LEDs LLC. I would definitely.
What was that again? I kind of stepped away.
So for double what you would pay for the regular stock BioCube light, you can you can get the turbo upgrade from Steve's LEDs for a lot more money, but you would be able to grow acros and all that stuff. Whereas the LEDs that I have in the stock BioCube 32, it it's it grows zoanthids, and my nephews love it. But other than that, it doesn't really do much of anything.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I want to start getting into, like acros and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's a good tip. Um, what what did you say that
I
was?
don't know. You have a 29 gallon, right?
Yeah,
It might be less for a 29 gallon. Hold on. It's called Steve's LEDs
Steve's LED.
because I looked into them before because I wanted to upgrade. Okay, so on Amazon, the LED, it's for 29 and 32 gallon. It's $203 for the regular standard light for the BioCube, okay?
Right.
And then Steve's LEDs is $324.99. So it's $120 more, but you'd never have to upgrade your light, and you could grow any type of coral, SPS, whatever. I'm just letting you know that because I don't know what you're really wanting to go into. If you want to do softies, stick with the BioCube. But if you ever think that you wanting to upgrade in that 32 before you upgrade into another tank, if you want acros in that tank or anything that need that high light, I would go with the $120 more.
Yeah, I haven't exactly decided whether I'm going to move into acros in this 29 or what I'm going to do. I do plan on moving to a bigger tank, hopefully at the end of the year. You guys have heard me talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I do remember you said you're going for 100 gallons.
I haven't really decided what I'm going to do as far as this tank goes.
Well, if you're gonna upgrade, man, don't get a BioCube light. Get a light that you know can upgrade with your tank.
Right. Well,
Mhm.
I do still plan on having this tank up and
Oh,
maybe
okay.
turning it over to my wife, but not anything that's going to be extreme because she's going to be just getting into into the hobby. So I want to give her something that's going to be, nothing extreme to take care of.
Right. Yeah, I was just letting you know if you ever wanted to keep
No,
acros in BioCube.
I appreciate it. It's good to know.
Because that's what I thought I was gonna do that was my first saltwater tank was that BioCube,
Yeah,
and yeah, I thought that I was gonna have these high-end acros in a BioCube 32.
yeah.
Didn't work out.
I'm definitely wanting to move into acros. However, I don't have a set timeline of when I want to do it.
Well, I mean, I like all coral. It's just I prefer acro because
Oh yeah,
it just, for me, like I don't know. It's like knowing what you're doing. If you like everyone says, if your tank looks good, that's your business card.
right.
Um, I don't know. And like if you have SPS that take a lot of care, and you have a lot of them that aren't dying, then I would like to hear your opinion, kind of thing.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at with all you guys. You guys have the SPS and stuff like that. So any tips or tricks or anything that I can learn from you guys, because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that yet. So
Right.
the better prepared I am to jump into it.
One thing I would tell anybody for any type of coral is I would rather spend the money, just a little extra money on test kits to test every single day than to lose coral.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's another thing I got to get before I actually go out and purchase my first, higher end coral. Because I've got softies and stuff right now. I've got zoas and green star polyps. Your typical beginner stuff.
Right.
That's doing okay. I don't really have to test everything for those.
Yeah, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't even test the 32.
I've been bad about not testing mine either.
Well, I mean, I only have the one fish in there, and with the anemones and all the I call it Athelia. I don't know what it's called. Um, and a whole bunch of zoanthids in there. It just sucks up anything that can. Uh, how you doing, Shemp? What's up, man? Um, it's sucking up anything that I put into the tank because it only has that one fish.
Yeah.
So I put what I've been doing is I take the big square filter socks
Uh huh.
and I kind of tilt it a little bit and put it underneath that stream that comes out of the uh, first column. So it goes into the filter sock, and then in the second or the third chamber, I have my skimmer, and that's it. I empty my skimmer and change the filter sock, and don't touch the tank. Feed them.
That's pretty much, with the exception of the filter sock. I do water changes, and that's about it. That's how I keep my levels where they need to be.
The only reason I started doing the filter sock is because he's such a big fish, and he doesn't like me. That anytime I'm around the tank, he'll like freak out. You know what I mean? For a
Yeah,
second, so it'll stir up all the stuff, and but it's good to keep the tank clean. Because of the filter sock. If he's doing that, he's filtering all that sand.
yeah. Well, I have 6 fish in my 29. My skimmer is doing great. All my filtration, everything's healthy. So I don't have any particular reason to worry. I don't have any large fish either. The largest one I have is like a 2.5 inch clownfish.
Yeah.
But
And my
um,
Clarkie's probably this big, probably
oh wow,
6.5 inches, and he's probably about yay fat, probably inch and a half,
yeah.
2 inches fat.
There's no room for anybody else in there.
Right, right. Yeah, I feel bad for even having him in that 32, but he'd kill anything that I put. If I put him in the big tank, he'd kill everything.
Well, I
That's,
finally got around to fragging some zoanthids the other day,
oh
so
yeah,
that
how's
turned
that
out
going?
great. That turned out great. This is my first time fragging zoanthids, so it's kind of I was kind of nervous to do it, but all all 6 polyps that I fragged, because what I did, I had a little mixed frag, had some watermelons and some Pandoras on it,
Right.
and I separated them. And ended up with 3 polyp frags of the Pandoras, and they all made it. They're all happy, extended. I guess it's been about a week since I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I started fragging early, because when I first started getting acropora, I didn't have any acros 4 months ago, 5 months ago, none.
Right.
Um, and I went to Chicago one day, and there was a whole bunch of mini colonies that were probably the size of my hand. Um, I still have one of them that just moving it. You want me to? Oh, you. I guess he already left. Just moving.
Yeah, he left just a second ago.
Yeah, he said he's moving his tank. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of these mini colonies, and he found. Anyway, I got so they started. How you doing, Dave? There's a link up top if you'd like to join, sir.
Hey, Dave. I don't know how many people are gonna have trouble with it, but it didn't work. That link up top didn't work for me.
Okay, let me take it to bits real quick. Well, even if not, I mean, if he wants to get me his email, or let me see if I can. Dave's.
So I'm doing a big water change this time. Try to get some nutrient export going on. Try to help out that new filtration media so it doesn't have to work overtime. But I'm doing 10 gallons on a 29.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So just a little under 50%. I don't know why I put that up.
Yeah, I don't have you in here, Dave. But you're okay with cheap seats. It's fine with me, man. I was just offering. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of mini colonies. I think 3 or 4 of them, and they just started RTNing like 2 days, 3 days after I put them in my tank. So that was my first fragging experience, and I have 2 frags of each. Except for one colony, it completely wiped out. But I have 2 frags off of each of the other colonies, and then the third one is still a full colony. So that's nice. Did pretty okay for first fragging experience.
Yeah, I was pretty. I won't say I was worried about it, but after the experience I had trying to frag green star polyps and I just ripped the colony apart, I was a little worried. But I mean, I went into it with confidence, thinking, okay, this isn't going to be that bad.
Yeah, I
And I
need
ended
to
up with
figure
everything
out,
being okay.
what all I need to cut up. I know my Duncan. I need to get rid of some pieces of my Duncan. It's yay big. Probably has 40, 50 heads on it.
Oh my lord, that's one thing that I've been getting more into. I've added that one ACAN and I've been looking at getting some more like LPS stuff
Oh yeah,
because this ACAN's doing good. It's growing.
I love Lobos.
My yeah, Lobos are nice. Uh, my
Especially when
ACAN
you have their
hasn't.
feeder tentacles out. They're pretty.
Yeah, my ACANs haven't uh, produced any more heads, but I've noticed when I got it, it had one full head and like 3 or 4 micro heads, and all the little heads are filling out pretty nicely. So
Yeah, mine didn't. Not too long ago, my rainbow acan just put out some heads, and it's doing great. They're probably half the size of the mother acan.
that's what I want as a rainbow.
I mean, it's okay. A lot of my stuff is still trying to figure out what it's doing because I switched tanks, and some of the stuff still hasn't gotten all of its color back. Um, for some reason lately, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but my bounce mushroom is hating life.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean it's still open and all, but I mean it used to be the entire frag plug, and now it's like this big, like tiny, and it still has all of its bubbles extended. It's just not nearly as large as it was.
My hairy mushroom hadn't been doing that great. Um, I mean, it still opens up, but it's not the big disc that it should be. Overall, my corals are happy. I'm seeing good extension from them, good colors. Uh, I've been having problems with my watermelons. Before I separated those frags, the Pandoras were really long, uh, so they were overshadowing the watermelons, and they weren't getting the light they needed. So they were kind of looking frail and fragile. But they're they're coming back up now. Uh, I've got polyps extending on them that haven't been extended in like a month.
Yeah. I only have a few that aren't fully extended.
Since I changed this filtration, I've noticed a lot of things for the better. I just have to let it do its thing and get sorted out.
All right.
This is the worst thing, trying to wait for it to siphon out of the bucket back in. It siphons out of the tank in no time.
All right.
What up?
How you doing, DM? Sorry I missed your stream last night, buddy.
Salty John started one. I'm not popular. Everybody left me.
So did that link work for you?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
We're just not famous yet, brother.
Oh, I'm not worried.
My
Well-
daughter, man, the Aquashella thing, fucking Dustin's fish tank just put it up, and my daughter came in second. But we were still there, but she did a freshwater planted tank all by herself, and she came in second.
That was my first time ever, and I came in second. The kid next to me, he was like 13 years old, and he won the $100. Thanks.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I'm all excited now. I just emailed him and said my daughter Emma was the number one because he wanted a picture of me and my son because all three of us were like standing in line. We got a picture, and he wanted it for his blog or whatever.
We looked at the video, and he had shirts for second through fourth place, and I didn't get my shirt.
What?
Aww.
She's all excited now, though. But yeah, it's cool, man. Like,
Yeah, I meant to watch this video. I saw that they got.
yeah, you'll see me there. Well, you'll see me standing in front of the booth. I got, and then my wife has like an Aquatica shirt on, but you'll see her tank, but she's not in the video. But
Was Aquatica there?
What's up?
Was Aquatica? Did they have a booth?
No,
Oh.
no.
But
Tank number 2 is mine.
But Than was there, Rico, they're all there. It was cool.
Yeah.
I had blast, dude. It was a good time. I should have went today, man. They sold that exact same tanks that my daughter, the rimless, to my buddy, Reef Bright Light, everything for $50.
Nice.
15-gallon rimless with the Reef Bright with the aqua something filter, one of those like aqua clears. Dude, for $50, that was sweet.
Yeah, that's a deal and a half. Just the Reef Bright's at $50.
That's what I said. Just the light alone. And he's like, man, something. I mean, I did. I mean, I had fun yesterday. I got a couple corals and
Anything that you've been looking for?
no, there was so much, but they were a little pricey, man. For the first show. But I got a couple millies that
Okay.
I got an Australian millie. pretty decent size. And then I got another one. The guy told me the name, but it's oh man, I can't think of it. I asked my wife too, but he the guy that was working with him was in front of the tank, and he goes, I go, man, that's cool. How much for that one, you know? He goes, well, that one is $25. And the guy looked at him. He goes, no, that one's more than $25. But seeing that you said that, we will just give it to him for that. But I think every acro that was in there was probably 80 or more, and it's pretty decent size, you know.
Right on, man.
Practically gave it away.
Sorry, what?
And then the booth next to me or next to him, he goes, well, if he ain't gonna buy it for that, because I heard you say it, I'm gonna buy it for that. And I said, no, I'll take it for $25.
That'd be hard to pass that up.
Well, yeah, normally what do you get? A little nub for $30, you know what I mean? A little stick. This one's got multiple like branches, small branches, but I mean it's nice. It looks like it was.
It makes like 10 minutes. I'll go.
Yeah, it looks like it was like 2 frags, and then they like glued it on one plug to make it bigger. So I actually could probably cut the glue in half, and I could get 2 plugs out of it. So. Yeah, I got like a little episode. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if it's everything tests is fine, but I don't know if it's my fish that are gnawing at my SPS, like certain ones. But I got like white spots on the one, and then my huge staghorn I had to frag last night because it had started to die underneath, and I don't know if it was due to the fact of maybe not getting enough wind, current underneath, or.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound good though.
What?
Yeah, it's a mother colony. It was huge, but.
But you see any bounce mushrooms up there?
What'd you say?
Some bounce mushrooms.
Yeah, OGs were there. Everything. I put in for some raffles for it. I don't know if luck of the draw. You got to play to win, like Rico said yesterday.
The light in the kitchen?
Yes, turn the light off.
Like what would they price that?
Oh, the one that was decent, probably about the size of a $50 OG, wanted $2,500.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There was some regular ones, the regular bounce mushrooms that weren't really. They're a bounce mushroom, but they're not the OG ones.
Right. They're not.
Sunburst or whatever they're called, or Sun Kiss one. They were like some that were about the size of a dime for $75.
Oh, that's not bad for a Sunkiss.
Yeah. Guy had a nice Walt Disney, a continuous coral for $200. It was like on a huge square disc.
Was it colorful like it's supposed to be?
It had blues in it and stuff, but it was already like really encrusted, so it like made its home on there.
Yeah.
So I was like, should I buy one coral or should I try to get multiple corals? But then there was just the prices. Some boots were just ridiculous. I mean, you looked at it like a Sunset Monty, they were selling them for like $50 to $80.
Wow. I usually Sunset Monty. I mean, we could probably get something like that at Aquatica for about that price, though.
Yeah, I mean, I have one, so when I seen it, I paid $40 for mine. So I mean, I was like,
yeah, but $80, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And mine was pretty big, pretty decent rock. This one here is. So I mean, I think next year it'll be a little bit. Because people are going to know their mistakes and what they didn't do. I mean, today was probably a deal and a half. I bet you could have got that same coral probably for $40. You know what I mean? They were just trying to get those impulse buyers yesterday.
Right. Yeah, Dave said he had every rock out of his tank and chopped up all of his bird nests and pallies. That's crazy. I said that's some real man shit.
Yeah, I'm hoping my staghorn, my turquoise ORA mother colony, now that I fragged it, I'm thinking maybe it'll stress it out to where it'll start calcifying, like wanting to grow.
Yeah, I mean, everything in mine's doing pretty good though. Yeah, the tank probably it will for a second if he's fragged up a whole bunch of stuff. You had some really nice tips on your bird's nest, Dave.
His tank is growing in real nice too.
Oh, I know. Just the video from the other day, I was like, wow, the way everything was growing into each other.
Yeah, and ever since I put my chiller on, when I had my tank just run normal, it was fine, but it was getting up there like in the 80, 81, and I was like, kind of getting worried. And
Right.
ever since I've had my tank set at like 78 with a 2 degree, it seems like my corals are stressing.
Yeah, it's a little high.
What do you keep yours at?
I keep well, I don't run more. I run like a bullshit one because I needed just a little bit of heat in there because I just ambient heat um because the basement fluctuates maybe 2 degrees within 6 months. Um, so it's always like constant the same temperature. So without the little heater on in there, it's like 76, 77. But with the heater, it stays about 78, 79. But yeah, getting up towards 81, 82, that's a little scary.
Yeah, and it's only certain corals that are having a problem. So, I mean, when I start seeing everything starts turning white underneath, then I'll know. But I don't know if it's a pest. I don't know. I mean, I have wrasses. I don't know. It's weird. It's like, almost looks like my rabbit fish has taken bites out of my corals.
Hey man, I'll be right back.
Kinsey. Yeah. What is this then?
There's nothing in there. That was, I think, no better.
Yeah, sorry about that, you guys.
Dad, Kenzie's back.
Yeah, I'm just at work, so gotta go do my work.
Dad,
Yes.
Kenzie's back. Dad. Dad.
What?
Hi. Dad. Hi. 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 Hi.
Hi.
Go to bed.
No. Jerry, go to bed. Hi. Did she hug you? Mommy.
Yeah, I want to go fishing too, Eddie.
No, Sissy. My hands are sticky. Thank you.
That's really funny.
Are you feeding your fish?
No.
What's that noise then? Doing a test on your tank?
I am doing a water change.
How big of a water change?
Open. Okay, to go back to bed.
And I am done with that water change.
Good deal.
Hi,
Yeah, I haven't done a water change for a while.
see mommy. Press Julia. This is mommy. Chris Julia. Kiss me, baby. Press Cole. Kiss Julia.
No, I mean, I texted him. He didn't say anything. I guess I'm not a cool kid anymore.
You not a cool kid? What?
You're right. No.
No.
Bye.
And say hi. Hi.
Hey.
He said hi.
Yeah, I've never been a cool kid either, Eddie. I don't know. I just haven't been around lately. Been going along, a lot of things going on in life, and got a new girlfriend. Got my dad went to the hospital last night. I'm gonna lose my job here in October. A lot's been going on lately. I don't mind not being a cool kid.
I'm keeping him away.
No. Move.
Everyone said hi to Dad. I love some milk.
Oh my God. No, you're not getting no milk. Lay down.
I love some stuff.
Put milk in cookies, Dad.
Listen.
Lisa says, "Congrats on the new girlfriends with an S, plural."
What do you want to
The question is, does she know about your disease?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I showed her my tank, and she looked at me like, "What? Why is this so?" I mean, she's like, "30." Like, why are you so into this? I was like, "This is my life. You don't understand, right?" Man, fast as you can.
I love how on these chats I can do what I just did and nobody blinks an eye. They know immediately they're talking about tanks.
What'd you say? Sorry.
So I love how we can say, I could say that and like nobody even bats an eye. It just immediately goes, oh yeah, she knows about the tank.
Oh, dude, if you walked into my apartment, like I have a whole room designated. The living room has several tanks on it. Like when you walk in the door, you see the 220. So definitely no. But
There's no hiding it, that's for sure.
yeah, no, she already. I mean, we've known each other for a while, so she knew I was kind of off the reservation.
No.
I'm sorry, dude.
For what?
My kid, my boy won't stop talking. He's bad.
Good.
He's hitting me.
Kids are kids, man.
Shush.
Man, this is not a baby
Don't tell
cry.
me no.
Hey,
No offense, Miss Shredder.
There's milk in there. Drink it.
I can
Don't spill it.
agree with regular kids, but I'm done with baby years. Baby screaming or no go.
Yeah, but that all goes away.
That's what I'm saying. I'm cool with little kids, but baby screams are just it gets to me.
It gets to me too, man.
It gets to everybody. It
Oh
don't
my
matter.
god. Especially when they're not yours and you're like, look at the parents and they're like, don't even. The best is when they're in the store and the parents just like pretend like they don't hear them.
Right.
It's like,
I hear babies cry all the time in school.
Just putting it out onto everyone else.
then you give them dirty looks and they're like, what? You know what I mean? Then they want to.
My baby cousin, when she's hungry, you give her the bottle. 3, 2, 1, she flies.
All right, this ain't your show.
It don't matter if they are yours. Sometimes they still get on your nerves.
The old lady's wanting another guy and she's wanting another tank, Daddy. So
Yeah, she wants.
I already told him that I want to take.
She wants a beta fish.
oh
I'll take you guys on a little ride with me.
yeah. No problem.
I found me one yesterday.
Oh man, that's even worse. Another kid is what she wants.
Not me.
No,
I
Eddie.
got,
You were the
I
one.
got 3. I got enough.
I'm neutered.
I'm at 0. So.
Ain't no more baby. I ain't shooting no more babies. Let me tell you.
For sure, man.
Oh, baby, mommy.
It's scary.
So you do anything else to your tank? Are you saving up money, or what are you doing?
So I found out that I won't have a job after October. They're moving the guy that I take care of, and so I'm just kind of saving up and trying to get stuff back together. I mean, I haven't really been doing much with the tank other than keeping an eye on it. I test it almost daily. Lost weight pretty steadily at 15 to 20. And I keep it like 9 to it bounces from 9 to 10 pH because I let it stay to 9 and then I dose again. It goes back up to 10 in a few days. Every 2 days I dose pH, but Other than that, I haven't done much with the everything's just growing. Had one fish die recently, but that was no bueno. Got sucked into the intake of my skimmer. So, did Aquatica show up at Aquashella to go get some stuff for the store, or is he getting some new stuff in? Or
No, no. I lost a fish too, man. I lost my yellow eye colt tang.
Oh
man.
man. Oh no.
He was about 4 years old in my system, and then I don't know how old he was when I bought him. So, you know,
Lived a good life.
What happened?
actually, it was, I don't know. He was eating the night before. I woke up. I don't know if he had a heart attack or he was just he was still sitting straight up like this, like buoyant, but in the rock. Like he still even had color to him. So I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if he ate too much. I don't know. It just baffles me. Like,
That's
but I mean,
weird.
like I said, for 4 years, and then who knows? He could have lived. He could have been a baby when I bought him from the pet store, and somebody could have returned him, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So
I mean, even for 4 years, for most marine fish, it's still a long time keeping them in a box in the middle of Illinois.
Yeah.
not only that, but like I think for him to get the size that he was, how long did it take him to grow that size? 2, 3 years.
Yeah, it
So
takes
I
a
mean, in all
while.
reality, that fish was probably 7 years old. 8 years old. Which in captivity, I mean, how long can they live? I don't know, but could have had a parasite. It could have had, it could have had anything.
It kind of sounds like swim bladder. The way he was buoyant like that.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I don't know. Like, did he eat air? Like, it was weird because I usually hand feed him. So I'm wondering, yeah, did he swallow air and water at the same time when I was feeding him? And because that can kill him. It kills goldfish. So
Oh man,
I miss him, dude. I miss him. He was a good fish. He was my first fish that, besides the clownfish, that I put in my saltwater system.
my clownfish that died was my only fancy one, so he's kind of.
But and I haven't lost any other fish, so I mean, I know it ain't. It had to be something with him.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised why it was my clownfish. I have chromies and all of that in there, and I mean, every once in a while you'll see a spot or a little nip out of a fin, but I mean, now they don't even like touch each other once that clownfish died. So I think he was a big problem in that tank. Anyway.
Yeah, my clownfish are assholes. So
Well,
I don't doubt that.
I never saw that take place because the clownfish always looked like they were getting beat up on anyway. But now they all seem to get along just fine, even a little
My
piece of the
two
scale.
clowns are the bullies of the tank.
Well, mine are too, but my purple tank killed I had a mated pair of mochas, and
Oh no.
they hosted my frog spawn and hammer, and I don't know if she was protecting it or what, but I did see a slash on her side. It looked like it was healing. Looked like it was healing, and then out of nowhere, man, I seen her dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? A few days later, I seen her dead. So I don't know, but she was mean. I mean, man, you put your hand in her, she'd tear you up.
Oh yeah, that's the way my big female is.
And then out of the water, I don't know what happened to my other one. I had a snow frostbite black ice with bullet points, and since it was a baby, and it grew up and grew up. Well, out of nowhere, I don't know where the carcass is or anything, but that one just like disappeared.
That happened to me with a black velvet damsel, or a blue velvet damsel, I should say. I never found the carcass. I never found it. Just gone.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand. Normally you would see, and I don't even have that many hermit crabs or anything. Like I have a small baby blue leg. I mean, I probably have 4 or 5 in there. 'Cause I don't have an algae problem, and I don't know where it went.
I had
Disappeared.
2 at the time, and now I have 4. I have a scarlet, and then I have a blue leg, and I have 2 that are just giant. Now, they weren't in there at the time, so I know that they didn't dispose of it, but it's weird how it disappeared like that.
And I thought I lost a Springer damsel, and then out of nowhere, I got 5 again. I only had 4 for like months, and then all of a sudden now I have 5 again. So it's weird, like it was like living in a rock or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I only had that happen with one.
You have
It was one of those what are they called, the with the little anglerfish. And I
Frog?
happened in the BioCube 32, and it just disappeared one day. And I looked around the tank and behind it and in the tank. I moved every single rock, and he was just gone. And he was there the day before, and he was a big fish, hand size. So I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared.
Were you about to say reef?
I was saying, do you have a lid on your tank? Like,
No. I have a. It's an acrylic tank, so it's got the center bracing, and it's got the all the way around it too. So the Euro brace.
okay.
I got 3 openings. I mean, I did lose my McCocker wrasses. I believe it or not, they were fine with the netting not on there. I made like screens, and once I put the screens on there, did you know every one of them found a way out and they were on the floor?
Oh man.
So I don't know if they could see that when you look up. If you were to lay down in the tank and look up, you could. So it maybe looked like bugs or I don't know, but
I don't know. That's weird.
I've only had a few tragedies. You know what I mean? I probably lost 5 fish so far in the last I don't know a few years.
I've lost quite a few in my truck with this 32 or with my 29. I lost a flammate, but for some unexplicable reason, I changed my scape and did a big water change, and he just started acting stressed out all of a sudden, and the next morning I found him dead.
Guess what, guys? I just got my very first thumbs down. What? I'm almost getting first
I
one.
lost a mandarin go to a rock collapse. So I've had a couple losses myself.
Right. Yeah. I try to keep my stuff perfect. I mean, even a coral, if it start looking like it was gonna die or anything, I mean, I'll clip it and try to save it and I'll save 1/8 of an inch of it. Just hope to God that it would encrust. Like very, 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 I could probably count the corals on my hand that I've actually lost in over 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've been lucky. I haven't lost any corals so far. So count my blessings on that. But all of my corals seem pretty happy. I've never had any trouble out of them, except for those few watermelons. But they're coming back now, so.
Right.
So what about you, DM? You got anything new going on with your tank other than your
No, I mean, I want to get an Apex just because, just something to fart around, to mess around with, keep my hands out of the tank, just something to like get my mind, because I'm always fidgeting. Like I'll clean my skimmer, or I'll clean the glass on the outside. I mean, I'm constantly just want to do something with the tank just to give me peace of mind. I mean, I think that's why I feed so much. I took my pellet reactor off. I'm gonna re-enter it, re-put it on, but I'm gonna do a very low dose, very low, like probably a half, probably 250 milliliters. I mean, I got a huge system, so I mean,
Yeah, 250 milliliters isn't that much for you.
no. But it was helping, and I feel like my corals were doing much better. So just to try to help with the nitrates, and then if I have to, I can just feed as much as I want. I've been feeding a lot, and now my shit's starting to climb. So I
Right.
want to bring it back down. I think I'm going to run some GFO because my phosphates are a little higher than I want them. But other than that, I mean, I want to get an Apex, just the EL or whatever. They were charging at Aquashella. Because they were out of Ohio or something, and you would get, I think it's normally 500 plus tax. You're looking at like 540 bucks, 50 bucks. They were out the door at 450, out the door.
And that's for the light one.
What's up?
That's for the Apex Light or like
Yeah, the EL. But that was, I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
for 450.
Yeah,
$100
that's
off.
not bad.
I mean, 90 bucks to $100 off. I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for the big one. So it's 800, but minus the tax and minus 10%. So you're saving, I mean, so you're looking at probably 740, 750, 740 ish.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I've really been considering what I really need for the tank because since I'm trying to transition from one job to another, hopefully soon. Um, I'm trying to really focus on what are the main basic essentials that I absolutely need, and I mean, other than GFO and like the food for my fish, I really and uh, the soda ash and stuff like that to make alkalinity and all my dosing. But for the most part, I don't spend very much on a tank. So I was thinking about saving up to do a calcium.
So what? A calcium reactor?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be for your size tank, that'd be the smartest thing you've done.
because I mean, every 2 days I have to dose just to keep it in my 9 to 10 range. Um, it's pretty
I don't dose
steady,
anything.
constant. What?
My tank it runs itself pretty much. I mean, I do have to watch. Right now, I have it at 6.6 in my reactor, but calcium reactor by far. I mean, I was skeptical too, and then I started watching Rico's reef tanks 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and then I got to know him and talk to him and stuff, and the way he told me how, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it was the best thing, and I got it used, but it was the best thing I ever put on my tank.
Well, I've been talking to this guy that lives in Danville. He's not high end by any means, but he has huge colonies of macros. And I mean, I would take his acros if he gave it to me, but I wouldn't buy him off of him, kind of thing. But like, stupid massive. He has a homemade, like, basically like a. He has a viewing glass panel on the front, and then all the rest of it's like cinder blocks. that he cemented into his basement. So it's like a big cement tub with one glass viewing window, right? And I don't know how big it is. It's pretty big, probably at least 700 gallons, something like that.
Hey
And it's
guys, I'll be
completely
back in a minute. I gotta make a phone call.
no problem, man. But he said that once he used the calcium reactor, that's when stuff really started to grow because everything's so constant. Because you're dosing, you're still fluctuating. With that calcium reactor, it's almost at a momentary, each moment kind of dose. I don't know, different. That's just what he told me.
Well, what a calcium reactor is doing is it's giving you everything that builds that structure. You know what I mean? Like if you use Reborn arms, Reborn is basically you're just melting skeletons, and they're getting everything they need back, and it's just you don't have only thing that's going to fluctuate is going to be your alkalinity and your calcium. So either you're going to have low alk and high calcium, or high elk or normal elk. Say you want it at 8.3, 8.4, 9, whatever, and your calcium may be lower. That's what I've been finding. So what I do is I ignore all that, and I just make sure my alkalinity is where I want it, and keep that stable. And if I want my calcium higher, I hand dose that, which is I just throw a couple capfuls in there. I have done it like every 3 days, 4 days. I'll test it, and if I see it dropped a few parts, I'll throw a little bit in there. Same thing with magnesium. I'm running about 1480 right now. No, lay down.
Yeah, I haven't had to do anything with magnesium. I thought I was going to, so I got some um, magnesium powder, whatever it's called, but I still haven't had to use it. Mine stays at 1400 pretty stably. I mean, I haven't had to ever touch it. Um, I haven't been testing my nitrates, but my phosphates, I think today they were at 1415. And you're muted, man. I can't hear you, DM.
Oh, I said 14, 15. Your phosphates are high, man.
What do you mean?
You want your phosphates to be under 1.
No, parts per billion, man.
Oh,
So yeah, one's at like 30, so I'm at like 0.5.
oh, right on.
Right. But I get hella algae all over my glass, not because there's stored up nutrients so much, but there's all the light coming in from my windows and stuff. Like they get right onto the glass, so sun just starts algae all over it.
Run a UV.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I run a UV. I run a 36 watt UV twist, and I leave it on full blast. It comes in. It's in my chamber. It's right in the beginning of my sump. So as the water comes in and it's stirred up, my calcium or my skimmer's right there, and then my UV's right there.
Yeah, I thought about it because UVs really aren't that expensive, really. But yeah, a lot of benefits. All those free swimming bacteria.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt any bacteria that's within the rocks or anything. That's a myth. It's only what's suspended into the water.
Right.
And then it's not only that, it's how strong is your light bulb. I mean, if you're running 80 watts or 100 watt UV, then yeah, it's going to have to give you crystal clean water, but it's also going to
Strip it of
strip it with all, yeah. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything in the rocks or anything like in your marine pure or your fears or anything like that. It's only what's suspended in the water. So 36 watts for as much water as I have. I mean, I'm running roughly about 340 with all my sumps connected. So,
Right.
yeah,
What?
and I still have to clean my glass, but it's probably every 4 days. You know what I mean? I might let it go a week before it's not even that bad. It's just that I could see like the little haze, and I just want to clean it.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't like is the haze in this because, like, I don't know why, but I'll like the way that it does it. It's weird, and I know it's not from the water; it's from the sun coming in. Because I leave my windows open at certain times for my lizards to bask in the sun, so it's more natural for them. But that bounces off of the concrete floor and it goes right to the tank. So, and on the other window, it shines right onto the far end where all the plumbing is, so that far end is just completely covered in algae. Get them out of the house. Yeah, I can understand that. I plan on doing a small store out of my house when I get older. I hope. But yeah, all my corals growing really well. Um, the Walt Disney's already going underneath the frag plug, so it's already down the side and it's starting to grow underneath. So it's doing pretty well. Um, the home wrecker, it it's I think it's just now getting to the size of the frag plug, but everything's doing yeah really good. But yeah, um, I was just saying everything's growing good.
Yeah, everything in mine is like my strawberry shortcake or whatever it is. I don't know if it is. It's green with red, but it's growing nice. It's got excellent like hairs all over it, but everything else seems like it's on a standstill. So I got to figure out what am I doing wrong, which I'm not sure I am, but I don't know if it's my nitrates and phosphates are a little too high, and that's why they're not able to grow. But I don't know.
Yeah, how fast do your corals? I mean, like you look at your tank daily, right?
Yeah, it's in front of me every day.
Do you like take a mental image of like how much it grows every day, or do you see growth to
No.
see it every
I
day?
think I meant yeah, I well you'll see. Like I'll see like out of nowhere I'll just see like I'll find something that's out of the ordinary on it, and then I'll see if it's either covered or if it's growing or if it, what is it doing. So like I have purple bonsais and I had to trim it because it started like RTN and I saved it. I took the piece that I cut and put it on a rock, and now it's completely encrusted. It's got a bunch of arms on it, and that was only a couple months ago. And the mother colony, I call it, it's not even a colony, but it's a little piece that completely is covered and it's already like healed, and you would never have known that I even trimmed it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Other stuff that I had like a little burden on was like my star polyps. I ended up starting to lose a little bit of it, so I fragged it, put it on a rock, and now the rock that where I fragged it from because it was dying is all healed and it's fine. And now I have like so it's weird. It's like it goes through phases where it's either leaving the lights on too much or is it my fish that are picking on things? I don't know. I mean, my Chevron Tang is always grazing and cleaning the rocks, so I don't know if it's him. But I try to do a mental vision and see and look for anything, man. I look for anything that's out of the ordinary. If it's starting to turn white or
So have you done anything like big differences lately?
I hooked up my chiller.
That shouldn't have affected it like that.
That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. I mean,
Well, what kind of tubing did you use? Use tubing or anything like
no,
that?
I use PVC. But I mean, other than that, I mean, my corals are fine. They're healthy. They're out. They're flourishing. It's just certain ones are like my staghorn mother colony underneath completely where the sun does where my light doesn't get. It was completely white. It was dead. But all up on top of where it was white on the bottom, but on top was still healthy. And it started stripping a little bit.
So I gotta go do something real quick.
So what I did was I just cut it up last night and with my bone cutters, and I just fragged it all over the tank. Hopefully something will take, and then if I, you know what I mean, if I see anything else going wrong with the mother colony, I'll cut it all up. Only 3 people.
Yeah, I'm not popular, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me neither.
More than 3 people on your stream, dude.
Huh?
You get more than 3 people on your stream.
Yeah, right. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I just like.
But like I said to me, you know what? I'm not gonna sweat it. I've had great success so far than normal people have, and if I end up losing all my SPS, and I just seen my rabbit fish, and they are with caution, even though 90% of them don't eat coral but I just seen them pecking at my. He's not going to eat zoas or anything, but like SPS, like I don't think he's trying to eat it. I think if he sees anything on there like slime or something, I think he tries to eat that. I think he's aggravating. But like I said, man, if anything were to happen, I mean, I know I can keep softies. So if all this shit dies, I'll go buy a bunch of Kenya trees, toadstools, mushrooms, zoas.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I just like talking to like-minded people. I don't get to talk to reefing-related people. The only reason I do the live streams. Oh, I'm down to 2 now. See what you did, DM.
I got bad luck, dude. I didn't win anything.
You didn't win anything?
No, I mean, unless they don't call you right away, maybe. But obviously, they pulled all the tickets because they did the drawing yesterday, and I didn't get a phone call. So,
Right. What was the big ticket item?
oh, dude, they had a lot of big tickets. I mean, they had XR15s, XR30s, they had Apex EL, OG Bounce Mushroom.
There wasn't one.
Food, Rob's food. They had salt. Yeah, they had like 6 months of food from Rob. I mean, they had all kinds of stuff like fish, small little nano tanks, pumps, skimmer. I mean, no boat like legit stuff that you would really want. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, some of the shows I went to, they put out some secondhand bull.
And I know you got to play to win, but man, the odds of you winning with there was like over 1,000 people there Saturday. You know,
Right.
there's
Well, I
probably
mean, it's still way, way better than the lottery.
yeah. I don't understand it. Rico goes to Worldwide Corals and he wins an M1 pump. I mean, what the? How does that even happen?
He did, really?
Yeah, when he went down to Florida. He's standing out there, and I think, yeah, he won. He won once or twice, but yeah, I mean, it was like out of all the people there, how do you know what I mean? I told him that on Saturday. I go, man, I'm about to put my 2 tickets in Apex thing. I hope I win. He goes, well, I said, I hope I win like you did in Florida. He goes, well, the only way you can do that is you got to play to win, and he's like giving me the business.
Yeah. Man, the only thing I've won off of a raffle was I think it was that I got like a fragging kit, and it came with a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, was Eddie looking to see what he won on the live stream? Man, I'll send you some Dunkins if you pay for the shipping. I need to cut it up. I have too many at the head. It's like this big, dude. It's crazy. I'm thinking about cutting a little piece of PVC because it's got a little nub on the bottom where the base was, but it's almost completely covered now. So I think I'm getting like they do with the the bleeding apple
Scullies.
yeah,
Skull meat.
where they put them on those little PVC stands.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do something like that so it can keep growing out instead of bushing up.
What you do though, you can cut underneath there and make yourself a longer stem, and then you can glue that stem into a rock. That's what I did with mine. I got toxic green. I don't know. They're super bright trumpets, and I fragged the hell out of it. Gave it all away. I mean, I would have had billions of it, and I only got 3 like little balls, and they're already. I mean, I'm gonna have to frag it up again.
Yeah, that ball of Duncan's came with my 125. But hold on one second, I gotta go into bed. Be right back.
Yeah, Dunkins are one of the best corals to let you know if your tank water is good or not. If those things aren't open and happy and flourishing and moving around and plump and looking good, there's something wrong with your water. They're one of the indicator corals, I call them, that will tell you exactly if something is off in your system. If they're not happy, something's wrong. Those are by far, if you ask any known hobbyist, you know, SPS, they just generally, if they like to live in your tank, they're going to live there. If they don't, they get sick with a cold or whatever you want to call it, the flu, and they want to check out, they're going to check out. But if Dunkins, they're one of the best corals to have in your system to let you know if your parameters, your water chemistry, everything is good. If they're out, you're doing good.
Hey, we were talking about Duncan's.
Yeah, I just said that Duncan corals are one of the very few corals that people will put in their system, and if they're not open and like flourishing, then your water is off. Like
Yep.
it's like the
A precursor.
yeah, that's your first warning sign is when if you don't see them guys open and for a couple days or even a day or so, watch it closely, and if they don't open, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, they're a good tell coral. Yeah, I got that. I'm pretty sure I got it with that 125, and that Duncan was sitting in water that I couldn't even see through the tube when I was sucking the water out. I couldn't even see through the tube. It was so dark and thick. Like you couldn't see into the tank, nothing. Like it was that nasty, dark brown water. And I ended up saving that head of Duncan and a couple other little pieces. But yeah, man, I love that piece. It's massive and it's so fluffy. It's like pink and green and purple. Pretty nice. But yeah, like I said, it has stupid amount of heads because where I have it at the bottom of my tank. How you doing, Eddie?
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Just relaxing. Finally off work now that Joe's in bed.
Yeah, I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on here. I have my first day of college tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, thanks, man.
I couldn't write a thesis to save my life.
Yeah, it's just the start, man. So I'm not looking forward to theses, but it's gonna be a while.
You're looking to get into RN, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go nursing. So.
All right. Good money in that.
Oh, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna go to anesthesiologist after an RN. So I'd be making almost double what an RN would make after I'm an anesthesiologist. But yeah, start tomorrow. Pretty excited.
My son starts school this week.
Nice. Start. So like kindergarten, or has he been in?
Yeah, kindergarten.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And it's like looking like next spring's when I'll be start. We can actually look to set up the tank. So corals do me no good right now. And what I was referring to is I'm still waiting to see what I won for my aquarium box thing they got going.
Sorry, I blanked. What'd you say?
I said I'm waiting to see what I won for my aquarium box thing.
Oh, did you go to Aquacella?
No, I won one of their contests.
My aquarium box. What is it? Just like an online?
Yeah, it's a monthly subscription box.
Oh, okay. Okay, kind of like Worldwide Corals, but you just kind of
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than
won
that.
something.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, that's my next big change. I think is the calcium reactor. That'll help with the growth. But everything's growing crazy. Like I said, my Walt Disney's growing underneath the frag plug already. So the next step is growing down the frag plug onto the rock. Once it does that, it'll have a stupid solid base, and that rock that it's on is removable too. So if I ever wanted to move the colony, it'll be nice. My Optimus Prime has been growing very nicely and is just now starting to color up. It's got some really nice pinks, and it's starting to get its blue color back. It came in stupid white, but it's starting to get going.
I'm back.
Did they tell you what you won, Eddie? Or
No, I don't. I have no clue what. But it's a rather large package. One of the guys posted what he had won last month, and it was their the Marineland 48-inch light or 36-inch light, a couple of power heads and whatnot, and I don't know what I'm going to be winning.
right?
And I'll definitely post a video of it.
Nice. And you said you're gonna start up your. Those should be some sweet looking acro colonies. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But you're gonna start your tank here soon, and at the end of the year, you said.
Early spring,
Early spring next year. Okay.
maybe.
Well, I mean, take it slow, man. Do it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be starting at least one other hobby in this spring too.
Like what?
Beekeeping.
Nice. I knew a dude that kept bees right down the road from us.
Yeah.
And it's not super expensive, and you can make good money off of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to make a little bit of money off it, but not that much.
Yeah, I mean, you can gouge people if you really wanted to, but most people don't.
No. Unless you go to the farmer's market.
Yeah, they certainly do. Organic 100% bee.
Yeah. Well, my old lady, she's into making soap, and beeswax comes in handy with that.
Oh man, I love the what's it called? The honeycomb. Chewing on honeycomb. Ooh, buddy.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Really?
I do not like honeycomb.
Well, I used to, when as a kid, they always had these like, if you ever remembered like wax lips.
Oh, I remember them.
And so like we kind of always chewed
So
on stuff like that. And yeah, when I got honeycomb, man, it was that same texture for me. It was just honey. So I was like, man, I'll never stop eating this.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I ate too many of them wax lips when I was a kid, and I got sick off it. So, yeah, wax lip. The wax is off the menu for eating for me, but it does make good soap and whatnot.
Right. So yeah, that's interesting though, because there's a lot of different ways you can go about beekeeping. A lot of different ways. Just like reefing. Just depends on how you want your stuff set up and how easy you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's two types of hives that you can really look at. You got the standard Langstroth hive, which is the box style that everybody has,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got your top bar. Now you get less honey out of the top bar, but it's easier to work with.
Right, that's the column one where it's one big on one top nest, right?
Right. It's basically based off of a hollowed out log that's laid on its side.
Right, but then the honey goes down. It's not just a mast. It's like a hanging, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like just the craftsmanship behind the boxes or whatever have you. Like the guy that I talked to right down the road, he doesn't have many more. His wife made him get rid of them, but he did really well with the boxes. Like he looked at all the other people's boxes and tried to figure out the easiest way to do it so that it would be easy on him and the bees.
Yeah.
And I think he had, from what I've seen on other beekeeping videos, he had a pretty good setup ease wise. He he only had to take out 2 trays, I think, once a week, and these things were stupid packed, stupid.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of honey off of just 2. A lot.
You can. A honey super on a standard hive can weigh up to between 75 to 100 pounds, and that's mostly honey. The wax itself doesn't weigh much.
Right.
So yeah, you could make a lot of money off 2 honey supers. And maybe if things start going well, I'll be able to turn some of that money towards putting it into the reef hobby.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of dying down in the reef hobby at the moment just because of my job and going to school and stuff. So, like, I'm kind of taking a step back and trying to super analyze everything.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But, I mean, nothing bad's happened. The worst thing that's happened in a long time was that fish that died. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting some acrylic the other day, right? My dad works at Lowe's, but for some reason, he thought that cheaper would be better, and he got that really thin. I don't even know how thin that is, but a really, really thin acrylic. I was, I just wanted to smack him. He wanted me to pay for it. I was like, dude, this is worthless. It's gonna bow, and then it's just gonna sink into my tank and break shit in my tank.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize it, and he's all pissy just because I owe him 60 something bucks. It's like, dude, 1/4 inch acrylic, how freaking hard is that to do? Like, wow. Anyway, that's the newest thing I've done on my tank.
I haven't done anything with mine in a little while, other than get a few. I've got like three power heads. One light, and I need to get another one. I'm just waiting for because the price on this one, the dealer that I'm working with, it fluctuates between 60 and 80 bucks. So I try to get it on the low end.
Right. I did work on my gyres a little bit today. So the way that my tank is set up, I have 2 return pumps that are both right about 2,000, 2,500. And so those are on the return end of my tank, and then the gyres are both on the far end, staggered, so one's higher and one's lower, right? So the way that my tank is set up, the inlets for the returns go straight down on the corners of the closest part of the tank. So it blows down, and then it's going to go across the bottom and filter out. So it's going to go bottom and top. It's going to start to spread out. But then the gyres have they individually go one off another. So what it's doing is the return pump is pushing it down and going up and over like this, but the gyre is a straight wall. So what happens is the gyre will push that flow, and it on the top of the tank you can see the little gyre actually working, but it'll work from the far end of the tank, and it'll spin like a little tornado, like right across my corals. I love it so much. I didn't even know I could do it.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh man, I love it. It stirred up my tank so well. So well. But I was thinking about even getting more gyres because they're not like a whole bunch more, but like I was thinking about getting just a single one more, and putting it across the very bottom of. So the two are on the far side. I was thinking about putting one on the very bottom of the tank on the closest end, so that it literally shoots up anything that's on the ground straight up into the water column. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. 'Cause that gyre will push anything out of the way. So then that would push them up into the other gyres, and then it would create an actual big turn instead of the pushback. But I like the pushback. It's just, I don't know. I gotta still play with it a little bit. First time I've done it was today.
Yeah, I'll have to start saving my pennies for a gyre.
Dude, I would, if going in a tank this big, I wouldn't go with anything else. I don't know. I've heard a lot about like MP40s or MP60s and stuff like that. I've also heard a lot of magnet problems. You will never, not once, have a magnet problem with the gyres. They're stupid strong. And even with the magnet off, like the gyres kind of suction to the glass as well. They're not like stupid suction, but if you had them on there for any extended period of time, you can take the magnet off and the gyre will stay there. You don't even need the magnet technically. Like it's stuck on there. But yeah, it's pretty good. I love gyres.
I've been hearing a lot about them, and like I said, I'm at that point where I have to, if I want to get the tank up and running, I'm going to have to go on the cheaper end and save my pennies for the good, the good stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm looking at it. Okay, I just bought 3 pumps for $30. I could have put those $30 towards a gyre, but
Yep, it's you never know what the good deal is, but what I'm curious about the gyres that I don't know is I don't know if it scales up because I have the gyre 250s. So I don't know if that same controller can be work with the 280. Because if it does, I'm thinking I might just upgrade one of the pumps to a 180 or 280 instead of a 250. So I'd have one 250 and one 280. But I don't know if it works that way.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I've just been thinking about that recently.
Yeah, the best way to do is get a hold of the manufacturer and ask them. Now, most of these companies have good tech people that talk back.
Right
here.
Yeah, I had really bad experience with their customer service, honestly.
Oh yeah, well, if customer service is shit, you don't want to talk to them.
Yeah, but for the most part, they've been pretty okay. One thing a lot of people I see do is clean their gyres. Mine don't need cleaned. I don't see how their gyres get so dirty.
It's mainly, I think, a little bit of algae buildup and.
I mean, I can see if you had a whole bunch of coralline.
Yeah.
But like, I have some spots on it, but I haven't cleaned them since I bought them.
I don't know. I mean, right now you're in waters that I don't know anything about.
Yeah. Man, I will tell you what. I thought all these people were way above and beyond my comprehension. And I'm not talking bad or down to anyone. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so good. But, dude, it's not that hard. You just got to keep on it. You can't just let stuff slip. it's a lot of people say, oh, it's a mistake or something. No, it's a decision. You made the decision not to do a water change today. You made the decision to feed your extra 2 little pinches of food today. Like, you have to make decisions about your life and your tank. And once you do that and you figure out what you want with your tank and what you want out of your tank, it all falls into place, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of get like the high end stuff and it's all pretty and all. But yeah, now that I don't have employment, I don't know if I'm gonna be buying all these high end ones anymore.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, while I'm not exactly broke all the time, it's just I have a house to pay for, and so I've got to look at my options as to what I can afford to get away with now, and hopefully afford to get later.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm stuck at, because I know that I'm not gonna have a job after October. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, I already know that all my school's paid for, so I'm not too worried. I got a place to stay. I live with my parents, so I know I'll be okay. I just need to find another job. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna have to get off. I gotta get going.
Hey, you're good, man. You're the only one on, so or no, Chimp is still on here, I think.
It might be.
Good night to both of you guys. Yeah,
Good
he
night.
says just take your time and buy things slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just about to shut it down anyway, so have a good night, man.
Yep.
You, Chimp. Thanks for stopping by.
We'll catch you on the flip side.